welcome to a new
everybody.
episode on our channel. So today we want to talk again about working in Germany, and in particular this time we want to tell you how to find a job in Germany. So nowadays in the crisis, it's getting tougher to find open positions, but yeah, we want to give you some tips how to do it. And yeah, Claire has also a lot of experience how to apply as a foreigner, and that's all something we want to talk about today.
Cool. Stefan, maybe just let's kick off with your own experience. Can you share with us how did you find your first job and how was the journey look like?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was pretty easy because during my study, I was already working for a company, and yeah, more or less, it was already fixed that after my studies, I'm gonna start to work for this kind of company. So that's why it was pretty easy for me, and basically the only application I did was after my high school. So I think I'm not like the typical candidate to ask for. Yeah.
Oh wait. You mean that you after your high school you already chose your employer, and then
Yeah.
you did like a program with them. You study at the same time and you work for them at the same time.
Yeah.
I see. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. But then I guess do they open for foreigners this sort of program? This dual Studium. That's a name, right? Dual study.
Dual study. Yeah. So far, I don't know any foreigners in this kind of program. But I mean, anyway, I think they are pretty open when it comes to foreigners, at least in my company, because we are really working worldwide. We have subsidiaries worldwide, and yeah, we are really trying to be more international. So I could definitely imagine that also international people will be accepted in this program. Yeah.
How difficult was the application, and what sort of process did you go through to get a position there?
Actually, yeah, for the application you have to show good grades, and I mean that's like the first thing you have to show, and then later on you get invited, and then you really do like assessment center. So you have some more tests over there. You have kind of a presentation, or you have to do some kind of group work, and then you still have an interview. So there you really go like through the typical assessment center application. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have like a bonding period of this sort of program? Do you have to work for the company for a certain period of time after your study is done? Because I imagine
not really. No.
You can leave the company at the end of the study, or
you
can go somewhere else.
Yeah, you can even do that. So I mean that's the kind of risk the companies have. But I would say if it's a good company, most people stay with the company. And I mean I'm working now several years for these companies, and a lot of my colleagues who finished with me in the same year, they are still in the company. So I would say like 80 to 90%.
Wow, that is a really high retention rate. The company must have been treating you guys really well.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I think for me, I can speak for my own experience that I did during my study in Germany, I did a lot of internships. So I did 2 internships. So through that, I got into a lot of work experiences. And then leverage on those experiences, I found my full-time job. So I think definitely when you are a student, I know it's really difficult right now to find a full-time job, but I think you can break the long goal into small steps. Just find a student job, and you have these sort of working student job, or you can do an internship. So it depends on your how. I think in German studies is quite flexible. You can plan your your studies at your own pace. So if you're not in a rush, just slow it down a little bit and spend some time parallel to your to your study to test out different things. And through that, try to convert those student jobs into a full-time job. Is there any tricks that you will recommend how to convert those student jobs to a full-time job?
I mean, once you are working in a company as a student you have the opportunity to meet people there. So I would really check the open positions at the company you're doing the student job. I would meet for coffee. I would go out for lunch with the people who are searching, so that you directly meet them personally. I mean, it's always different when you can meet personally the people instead of just sending a written application. So really use this kind of opportunity. Also, directly look in the department you're working in if there are open positions. So yeah, try to build up like a network, and try to find the job directly in this kind of with this kind of way here.
So Stefan, I have a question which is more related to the German culture. Let's say you get to know somebody in your company as an intern, and then you ask this person out for lunch or coffee once or twice. Is it really okay to like just write to this person like, hey, I am Stefan. I'm an intern at this department, and I would like to invite you over for lunch. Is it okay? Like culturally acceptable?
Yeah, it's okay. So speaking for my company, definitely. Maybe in other companies, maybe it's different. But what do you think about the company you're working for? Would you recommend students to do it this way, to invite maybe some middle managers to invite them for lunch? I mean, in my company, it's definitely possible. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Impressive. I would say they wouldn't have time. My impression is they're super busy. But then not the middle managers, maybe like employees, like normal employee. If you're friendly, if you're introducing yourself well, I think they will do that. I think they will really do that.
Yeah, but anyway, ask. So imagine you are a student and you don't know, should I invite him for lunch, or maybe he has not time for this kind of meetings. I would at least ask the colleagues what they think about it, and yeah, they have more experience. Yeah,
I'm talking about like somebody you have never met in your normal work environment.
Yeah,
somebody from another department that you probably have. Think about a scenario like you have access to this job portal, internal job portal. You know that available open positions in the company.
Yeah.
And then you have identified, okay, this is the guy in this department who is in charge.
Yeah.
And I want to invite him out for lunch to get to know him and introduce myself.
Yeah.
So it's really okay to ask them like that, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's something cool. I also did it. So I mean, I also changed the position within the company 2 years ago, and before that, I also did the same. I just invited them for lunch. I wrote an email, hey, I'm interested in this kind of job. Let's meet for lunch. I want to talk a little bit about the job. What is it about? I can also describe a little bit my experience, my background, so that they just get to know you, and then it's really like getting to know each other a little bit. Does it also work on the personal level? I mean, that's also of matter. Meet the people if possible. Meet them personally. Go out for lunch or just for a coffee. Just 10 minutes. A coffee is better than writing an application, and then you do not have the personal impression.
That's really cool. I think that's really useful. I think having the human to human touch, that's make everything much easier.
Yeah. Also here in Germany, it matters.